Defining the criteria for spontaneity of chemical change in terms of Gibbs free energy. Gibbs free energy and spontaneity. According to the second law of thermodynamics, the process is spontaneous only when delta S total is positive. That is entropy of the universe, that is system and the surrounding, increases. This criterion of spontaneity involves the entropy of the surrounding, which is difficult to be measured. Hence, we need the criterion of spontaneity which does not involve the entropy of the surrounding. To determine the entropy of the surrounding is difficult. Therefore, we are trying to find out another method to describe the spontaneity. The change in Gibbs free energy provides such criteria. For a system which is not isolated from its surrounding, the total entropy change delta S total is given by delta S total is equal to delta S of the system plus delta S of the surrounding, equation number 1. Suppose a reaction is carried out at constant temperature and pressure, and Qp is the heat transferred to the system by the system. Heat transferred by the system to the surrounding and will be thus equal to Qp minus Qp of the system. That means from the system to the surrounding. Therefore, the system is getting lost the heat at constant temperature and pressure. That is, Qp of the surrounding will be minus Qp of the system. That means from the surrounding, in order to find out the Qp, that is equal to what is lost from the system. That means Qp of the surrounding is equal to minus Qp of the system, which is equal to minus delta H, because we already derived a relationship earlier. Delta H is equal to Qp. That therefore write delta H of the system. When you write Qp of the system, you should write minus delta H of the system. That is equation number 2. If it is assumed that the surrounding acts as a large sink, that means where the heat absorbed for a heat and temperature of the surrounding remains constant, we have delta S of the surrounding is equal to minus Qp by T minus delta H by T. That means we are considering here, if it is assumed that the surrounding acts as a large sink for heat and temperature of the surrounding remains constant. That means temperature we are going to keep it as constant in both the cases. Delta S of the surrounding is equal to minus Qp by T, which is keeping the temperature constant. That means the S is actually Q by T. Therefore, which is equal to minus delta H by T. The same equation providing the temperature capital T. Now, delta S total is equal to, we already know that delta S of the system and delta S of the surrounding. Here we got the value of delta S surrounding. Substitute that value here in the surrounding. That is delta S of the system minus delta H by T of the system. Don't forget to write the system. Since both are concerned about the system, we can leave that system word. Since all the terms on the right hand side are system properties, the subscript system may be omitted and the above equation can be written as delta S total is equal to delta S minus delta H by T. We are not writing system. That's all the difference between equation number 3 and 4. Now, bring this T here to the left hand side. T delta S total is equal to T delta s. That means here, if you multiply, instead of bringing this t here, again you have to divide it. Instead of that, multiply the whole thing with t. Therefore, t delta s minus t delta s minus delta h by t can be cancelled by the multiplication. See, in the equation, if you multiply the whole equation with t, this will get a capital T, t delta s total. This also will get t, t delta s. But here the t can be cancelled by multiplication. The numerator and the denominator can be cancelled. Therefore, multiply with a minus sign, because we have to arrive at a certain equation. That is why after multiplying with t, you multiply with the sign minus t delta s total is equal to delta h minus t delta s, because here it is minus sign, but this delta h minus of minus becomes plus. Therefore, you get an equation like this, equation number 6. But we already know that delta h minus t delta s is delta g. We already derived that equation earlier. Delta g is equal to delta h minus t delta s. Therefore, substitute that value here. That means minus t delta s is equal to, this whole thing is called delta g. Therefore, minus t delta s is equal to delta g, or you can write like this, delta g is equal to minus t delta s total. This equation can be used to discuss the spontaneity of the spontaneous process